Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today we're going to press the grapes. I think I have everything set up, ready to go. I'm going to peel that off at the last minute, put this funnel on here. I got this stuff washed up. I don't have stuff sanitized because the sanitizer hasn't arrived yet. I've got a bunch of little junk here. Clean that out. But I think I'm ready to go. I got my stuff. These are the first plates that go on. I believe I think once you fill this up, you fold the bag in on it and then put these in, and then you use the blocks. I put this press together yesterday, and there's a video on it, so if you want to see that, you can go back and look. I cut a few extra blocks, but I don't know if I'll need them or not. And if I need more, I got the saw ready, and I can just cut a couple chunks. So, without further ado, hopefully this doesn't make a mess. I'm really worried about that, but I think I should be okay. What I have to do is pick up them heavy old buckets and slowly pour the juice into here. The juice is what I'm worried about, hitting the bottom and then splashing out. Well, you'll never know till you try. Let's get going with it. Before I dump this in, let's take a peek. You can see that fermentation is basically stopped. All the seeds are floating at the top and some of the whole berries. It smells really good though. So hopefully, I don't want to expose this to too much bacteria. I have a CO2 cylinder and I have a valve coming today. It has a broken valve, so I mean everything I've been getting is a day late, so hopefully this wine turns out. Alright, time to dump one of them in. Note to self, don't pour too fast. All right, I made a nice mess, but it went pretty well. This is all of the stuff that's left from the must. Now that's what I gotta press, and it worked out perfect in that I got the full 3 gallons of free run. So now I'll have this separate gallon. I could not find a glass carboy for the 2nd gallon, so I'm going to have to work out something. They may have them in today, so I'm going to have to go get a carboy. Otherwise, I need to get a fermenter on the top of this, or a airlock on the top of this plastic jug. It's just a mess. But this is how it goes. And then you add the wood blocks in. I'm going to put them on edge because I got to press down a ways. Alright, and then here. And my sister's dogs found this on the counter when she was here and chewed it all up. But that's I can make another one or get another one from pretty much any hardware store. But that's the bushing for this. Okay. Now this pressed juice is supposed to be more bitter, and what you do is you just, like when you sample or do anything with that and the level starts going down, you add from here. And I'm sure you can just drink this when it's done as well, but it's supposed to be lesser quality. Yeah, this stuff, I just cleaned up part of it, and it's not very sticky at all, so the sugar must be pretty much gone out of this. But my test equipment, you have to test this stuff before you start fermenting it to know what the specific gravity of the wine is from the start, and then you do calculations to get the bricks and the alcohol level and all that stuff. And I did not have the equipment when I started. Like I said before, I've been like a day late on everything on this, but that's okay. Next year things will go smoother. So it looks like I could get, well, I probably could get another gallon of wine, but I really don't want to. The harder you press this stuff, it starts crushing the seeds and it gets really bitter. And I don't want to be adding bitter to that, and I don't want this to be bitter to start with, just in case it makes a fairly decent wine that's drinkable. So I'm thinking as soon as this gets a little hard to turn, that should be it. Alright, I'm going to have to add some staves, or not staves, but add some blocks to this so I can press it down a little further. Where is it? It's right about here. It's about halfway. And I've heard of people that take the must out and break up the cake. I might do that. I have rice hulls, and I might add the rice hulls to this. I was going to do that as I poured it in, but it turns out it's quite the mess. I don't know how I would do that, except if I poured the free run stuff in and then mixed the rice hulls into the buckets with the grape skins and then put them into here. I'll watch a few more videos before I do this again next year and see how other people do it. But the rice hulls are supposed to allow you to get more juice out of your must. Some people do it, some people don't. And the video that I'm going by, he did do it. But in his other videos, he says it's not worth it for the extra cup of wine. So, I don't know what to believe. Yeah, it's turning real easy. So I don't know how much more I want to press this. I really don't need to get a whole bunch more wine. And I do have CO2, so I can flush this. I can fill the upper part with CO2 and keep it flushed. Well, actually it won't be in this. I'm going to rack this into a glass carboy as soon as I can get one. I may have to run to town tonight for that, because we're going away for a little bit and I don't know if this would last while we're away. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to need to. I guess I'll add these other blocks and press it down again, but I might not add the rice hulls, because that might end up being too much. Alright, I'm going to add them other blocks. I did not add the rice hulls, but I did add the last 2 blocks. I'm not going to go that far. I'll just crush this down a bit more and call it a day. Take what I got. And I will probably use those rice hulls next year. Yeah, I don't know by feel what is crushing it too hard. They say not to crush it too hard or you'll start breaking up the seeds. But the seeds are pretty hard. I don't, you would have to really crank on it to crush the seeds, I would think. But I don't know. I'll taste the difference between this and that and see if it's like crazy bitter, if this stuff is crazy bitter. Alright, be back in a minute. Alright, I think this is spent. So I'm going to pull that bag out and throw it into a bucket. I'm going to end up putting it into the compost pile, because I have nothing better to do with it. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. I just got finished cleaning all the equipment and my big mess over there. But luckily, this airlock fits this gallon plastic jug. So that should be good. I just want to flush these with carbon dioxide, and this valve is broken. As soon as you turn it on, it just leaks out of here. So I got to get this new valve. The new valve just got here as I was cleaning up. So I'm going to get this valve on there. Hopefully I don't need an adapter or anything. I don't think I will. Should be good to go. And hopefully I have that size hose, which I believe I do. So I'll get this valve on and then flush the air out of both of these. Probably should have did it already, but I have to go get Natalie. So the wine press worked just fine. Several things though. If you're going to do it, make sure you get the handle on the main jug, the main carboy, before you start pressing, because you got to move it out of the way, and if you get any on it, it's slippery, and well, if you're photographing, it's heavy and you got to do it with one hand. But and you're also holding the funnel and this, so it's kind of hard. You want to be able to swap that out real quick. I'll have a better way of doing it next year, now that I know what I'm doing, or almost know what I'm doing. So it went real well. I got a gallon, and that's maybe 2/3. Pretty good, or maybe even a little more than that, because this is a smaller area here. Maybe a gallon and 3/4. So as I do testing and stuff like that, and this becomes low, I'll be filling it up with that. I thought I was going to have to go out and buy some wine to refill it. You want the wine to be up in the neck area, so you have the least amount of air space on top of it. Good, good, good. So I'm going to go pick up Natalie, get that valve on there, and flush these out. And then it's just a big wait. I think after maybe 3 days, when this completely settles out, the guy on the home winemaking channel had to rack it right away, so I might have to do that. And the racking is just transferring it from this jug to a fresh, clean jug. Oh, and I also ordered, now let me see if I can figure out what that's called. Star San. It's an acid sanitizer for cleaning these out, or cleaning and sanitizing your equipment and your containers and all that. And the next time I do this, I'll be wiping everything down with the Star San, as well as filling the carboys with it. Get them nice and clean. Alright, I'm going to go pick up the girl, and the next episode with this, I believe, will be the transferring of this to a new carboy, because I believe it's going to have a big pile of stuff at the bottom, and I only want a small pile of stuff at the bottom. So, if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.